Today we discuss about task scheduling concept in Laravel. So we have topics like introduction, defining schedules, running the scheduler, task output, task hooks, events. So these are the main topics that are available in Laravel task scheduling. And we have subtopics like scheduling artisan commands, scheduling queued jobs, scheduling shell commands, schedule frequency options, time zones, preventing task overlaps, running tasks on one server, background tasks, maintenance mode. And also we see subtopics like sub-minute schedule tasks, running the scheduler locally. These two subtopics are running the scheduler within the main topic. So let's see one by one. So what is meant by task scheduling in Laravel, and how do we schedule, and how do we run? So all these how do we schedule artisan commands and each and everything. So we are going to discuss now. Laravel's command scheduler offers a fresh approach to managing scheduled tasks on our server. The scheduler allows us to fluently and expressively define our command schedule within our Laravel application itself. So when using the scheduler, only a single cron entry is needed on our server. Our task schedule is typically defined in our application's routes/console.php file. Routes/console.php file. So in this file, generally we are going to have the configuration settings of task schedule. Now the main topic is defining schedules. So how do we define the schedule? So we may define all of our scheduled tasks in our application's routes/console.php file. So we will schedule a closure to be called every day at midnight. So within our closure we will execute a database query to clear a table, for example. So we will be using the call method. So in addition to scheduling using closures, so we may also schedule invocable objects. Invocable objects are simple PHP classes that contain an __ invoke method. So by using call method, so we will be invoking such kind of invocable objects. Schedule :call, within that new, delete recent users, and daily. So this is a process which we are going to call the invocable objects. If we prefer to reserve our routes/console.php file for command definitions only, we may use a with schedule method in our application's bootstrap/app.php file to define our scheduled tasks. So this method accepts a closure that receives an instance of scheduler. So we will be using a with schedule method. If we would like to view an overview of our scheduled tasks and the next time they are scheduled to run, we may use the schedule colon list artisan command. So the command will be like this: php artisan schedule colon list. Scheduling artisan commands. So when scheduling artisan commands using the commands class name, we may pass an array of additional command line arguments that should be provided to the command when it is invoked. So generally we may use the command method to schedule an artisan command using either the command's name or class. Now we see how do we schedule artisan closure commands. If we want to schedule an artisan command, so defined by a closure, we may chain the scheduling related methods after the command's definition. If we need to pass arguments to the closure command, so we may provide them to the schedule method. So method will be like this: artisan command, URI, closure. So purpose, schedule, like this, and daily. So this is the rough syntax. Now we see scheduling queued jobs. The job method may be used to schedule a queued job. So this method provides a convenient way to schedule queued jobs without using the call method to define closures to queue the job. So schedule job new heartbeat every 5 minutes. So like this, scheduling queued jobs will be there. So optional second and third arguments may be provided to the job method, which specifies the queue name and the queue connection that should be used to queue the job. Scheduling shell commands. So we use exec method, exec, exec. So it will be executed like that. So the exec method may be used to issue a command to the operating system. Schedule frequency options. So there are a lot of frequency options are there, like this cron, star, 5 stars. After that, every second method, every 2 seconds method, every 5 seconds method. All these are mentioned in camel case. Every 15 seconds method, every 20 seconds method, every 30 seconds method, every minute, every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes, every 4 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, hourly at every odd hour, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours, every 6 hours, daily at twice daily with parameters like 1, 13, 15, weekly on, monthly on, twice monthly, last day of month, quarterly on, yearly on, time zone. So like this, lot of frequency options are for scheduling. And after that, these methods may be combined with additional constraints to create even more finely tuned schedules that only run on certain days of week, like weekly, Mondays at 1 p.m. like that. So a list of additional schedule constraints may be found below. So it will be like this: weekdays method. All these are mentioned in lower case only. So weekdays, weekends, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, days of array, pipe symbol mixed, array are mixed. So within the days method, arguments or parameters will be like this. Array are mixed. Next, between start time, comma end time, unless between start time, comma end time, start time, comma end time, these two are parameters, arguments. When closure is argument here. Environments, $env. $env is argument or parameter to the environments method. So like this, additional schedule constraints will be there. Now day constraints. So the days method may be used to limit the execution of a task to a specific days of the week. Between time constraints. The between method may be used to limit the execution of a task based on the time of day. Similarly, the unless between method can be used to execute the execution of a task of a period of time. This is a camel case method, unless between. After that, truth test constraints. When method may be used to limit the execution of a task based on the result of a given truth test. The skip method may be seen as the inverse of when method. If the skip method returns true, the scheduled task will not be executed. When using chained when methods, the scheduled command will only execute if all when conditions return true. Environment constraints. The environments method may be used to execute tasks only on the given environments. So like staging, production, that are defined in a .env file with environment variable app_env. Next we see time zone. So time zone method, we may specify that a scheduled task's time should be interpreted within a given time zone. If we are repeatedly assigning same time zone to all of our scheduled tasks, we can specify which time zone should be assigned to all schedules by defining a schedule_time zone option within our application's app configuration file. Preventing task overlaps. By default, scheduled tasks will be run even if the previous instance of the task is still running. To prevent this, we may use the without overlapping method. It will be like this: schedule command without overlapping. Running tasks on the server. So to utilize this feature, the application must be using the database or Memcached or DynamoDB or Redis cache driver as our application's driver or application's default cache driver. So in addition, all servers must be communicating with the same central cache server. If our application's scheduler is running on multiple servers, so we may limit a scheduled job to only execute on a single server. To indicate that the task should run on only one server, use the on one server method when defining the scheduled tasks. On one server method. So to indicate that the task should run on only one server. Naming single server jobs. Sometimes we may need to schedule the same job to be dispatched with different parameters while still instructing Laravel to run each permutation of the job on a single server. To accomplish this, we may assign each schedule definition a unique name via the name method. Similarly, scheduled closures must be assigned a name if they are intended to be run on one server. So like this we will be using on one server method. Background tasks. By default, multiple tasks scheduled at the same time will execute sequentially based on the order they are defined in our schedule method. If you have long running tasks, this may cause subsequent tasks to start much later than anticipated. So if you would like to run tasks in the background so that they may all run simultaneously, we may use the run in background method. Maintenance mode. Our application's scheduled tasks will not run when the application is in maintenance mode. So since we don't want our tasks to interfere with any unfinished maintenance we may be performing on our server. So however, if you would like to force a task to run even in maintenance mode, if we want to run a task even in maintenance mode, we may call the even in maintenance mode camel case method when defining the task. Even in maintenance mode. Running the scheduler. So the schedule :run artisan command will evaluate all of our scheduled tasks and determine if they need to run based on the server's current time. So when using Laravel's scheduler, we only need to add a single cron configuration entry to our server that runs the scheduler run command every minute. It will be like this. Command will be ******* cd space / path to our project and end php artisan schedule : run double greater than marks, arrow marks, not arrow marks, double greater than marks. It is /dev /null 2 greater than %1. So like this we will be using the command schedule run command, schedule : run command. Subminute scheduled tasks. On most operating systems, cron jobs are limited to running a maximum of once per minute. However, Laravel scheduler allows us to schedule tasks to run at more frequent intervals, even as often as once per second. So like this we will be using methods like every 10 seconds, run in background methods. Interrupting subminute tasks. So the command will be like this: php artisan schedule : interrupt. So to interrupt in progress schedule : run invocations, we may add the schedule interrupt command dynamically to our application's deployment script. So this command should be invoked after our application is finished deploying. Running the scheduler locally. So we will be using command like php artisan schedule :work. So this command is used for running the scheduler locally. This command will run in the foreground and invoke the scheduler every minute until you terminate the command. Task output. The Laravel scheduler provides several convenient methods for working with the output generated by scheduled tasks. Using the send output method, you may send the output to a file for later inspection. So the method will be like this: send output to. If you would like to append the output to a given file, so we may use the append output to method. If you want to append the output, we will be using method append output to. We will be using email output to method to send the email to the address of our choice. So before emailing the output of a task, we should consider Laravel's email services. So the method will be using like this: schedule command daily send output to email output to. If we want to email the output if the scheduled artisan or system command terminates with a non-zero exit code, use the email output on failure method. Email output on failure method. So the email output to, email output on failure, send output to, and append output to methods are exclusive to the command and exec methods. Task hooks. Using the before and after methods, we may specify code to be executed before and after the scheduled task is executed. Schedule command daily before after. So command will be like this. And we will be using the facade, schedule facade. Use, eliminate, support, facades, schedule. The on success and on failure methods allow us to specify code to be executed if the scheduled task succeeds or fails. A failure indicates that the scheduled artisan or system command terminated with a non-zero exit code. If output is available from our command, we may access it in our after, on success or on failure hooks by type hinting and eliminate support stringable instance as the $output argument of our hook's closure definition. Pinging URLs. Using the ping before and then ping methods, the scheduler can automatically ping a given URL before or after a task is executed. This method is useful for notifying an external service such as NOIR that our scheduled task is beginning or has finished execution. So this is like this, we will be using ping before and then ping methods. The ping before if and then ping if methods may be used to ping a given URL only if a given condition is true. Schedule command daily ping before if then ping if condition comma $URL. These are the two arguments. So like this we will be using the schedule command method along with ping before if and then ping if methods. The ping on success and ping on failure methods may be used to ping a given URL only if the task succeeds or fails. A failure indicates that the scheduled artisan or system command terminated with a non-zero exit code. Events. Laravel dispatches a variety of events during the scheduling process. We may define listeners for any of the following events, like illuminate console, events, scheduled task starting, scheduled task finished, scheduled background task finished, scheduled task skipped, scheduled task failed. So like this we will be using events, which are dispatched by Laravel. So these are all the event names: scheduled task starting, scheduled task finished, scheduled background task finished, scheduled task skipped, scheduled task failed. So this is all about Laravel task scheduling concept. And thank you so much. This is Universal Heart Star Ravindar Reddy Yampalla. Thanks to all of my fans, supporters and followers, and special thanks to all of my YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much.